in the work setting, you're working with teams, you're working with people. And the idea is that together we come up with something that individually we probably couldn't have, right? So I think that your point about being able to not spend a lot of energy on this unnecessary, trying to remember what you told people or didn't, or feeling bad or feeling poorly because you couldn't tell the truth about what happened, if in fact you could just show up and be you.
Absolutely. And I don't know how much time we have left, but there's something you said that maybe I can unpack it for a second.
Please do. And I don't have anything else. I'm here to talk to you. So.
So you made that comment about how by bringing the diversity of thought together, bringing diverse people, and you produce better outcomes, it's going to be better than, so the sum is going to be greater than the pieces. Mm-hmm. I think that one of the challenges that we have with inclusion and diversity in terms of, getting buy-in from it is that people think they think of it as a 0-0 sum game, which means that if one person is given a bigger voice or one person is given a promotion, it means there's going to be less for everyone else. Mm-hmm. So it's basically a pie. So if we give this piece of a pie to LGBT employees, there's going to be so much less pie for people that are not from that group. And I don't think that's the right way to think about it. It's really about, I think with inclusion and diversity, when we have those richer ideas, we're going to produce richer results. And as an outcome, the pie gets bigger. Mm-hmm. So maybe as an analogy, the way that I think about it is, think about a company that makes butter, and they derive the butter from milk. And you have another company that makes fat-free yogurt that also gets it from milk. If those two companies cooperated, the company that makes the butter can give their skim milk to the other company, and they'll be making a lot more fat-free yogurt, and vice versa. The fat-free yogurt company will give the fat to the butter company, so both companies will win. So so when we have diversity of thought, we're going to be creating more opportunities for everyone. When the company does better, they're going to just, so the yogurt company is just going to start hiring more people because they're going to be producing so much more yogurt. So it's a win for everyone and not just for that one demographic. So what I really try to tell people is that diversity and inclusion is going to end up helping everyone, not just one group.
And, if you are a cis white male, straight, maybe you believe that.
Yep.
But how do you speak to that part of your community to make them understand that inclusion is in everyone, right? I think sometimes, especially in these days, people think, making that space at the table, like you said, that it's a zero sum. Like this pie is, if I give 5% to this group, then that means 5% less to the other group.
Right.
And in reality, what you're saying is not only can we have a bigger pie, we can just decide we're doing cheesecake. We can just do something completely different. And I think, because it makes sense and it makes money and it's what we all want to do.
And we can hire more people. You
can hire more people. But how do you bring people along as a leader? What do you tell them? How do you get their buy-in? What's their role?
That's a really good question. And I think that their role is absolutely paramount. We definitely need to have, cisgendered white straight men on board. So at Eastman, we have actually a lab. It's called White Men as Full Diversity Allies, which is it's a terrific course. But so this is the way that I look at it. So the companies that are going to succeed are the ones that are going to really not just adopt diversity, just checking off boxes, but are actually going to create a culture where people feel included and have a sense of belonging. And that word belonging is still a little bit abstract to me. I need to think through what that means. And this is true for companies. It's also true for communities. So the Tri-Cities where I live, population growth is flat. People are moving away and it's not a very diverse community. So I'm like one of the most ethnically diverse people that I know. So diversity and inclusion is also good for communities, and it's good for businesses. And what I would tell these people is that we're adopting inclusion and diversity as a core value in our businesses and in our communities, because this is how we will ensure that the company will thrive and that you will have a job tomorrow, and that the community that you live in will be successful. Because the communities that are adopting inclusion and diversity are the ones that are doing very well right now. So it might feel indirect to that person. So that's for the white cisgendered person. The benefit to them may feel indirect because it doesn't seem like it's benefiting them directly, but it's kind of showing them a bigger picture of the indirect benefit that they will be getting from it. And it's going to take work. It's not going to be easy, and that's going to be the challenge. And yeah, even on the national stage, that's still like really the conversation we're trying to have.